Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Dino DeLuca Face the Music Show. Appreciate you joining me tonight. It's an honor. Real quick, and I know everybody's sick and tired of hearing this all the time, but my show is in its infancy, of course, as you know, and I'm trying to do my best to get it growing as fast as possible. I can use all the help I can get, frankly. And would you do me a kind gesture and hit the like button, please? And also maybe leave a comment or two. It's a simple act, but one of kindness that I think will help me a little bit. Apparently, it does quite a bit with the algorithms and all that kind of stuff to help reach people who like music like me and maybe want to hear my take on how it's made and everything related to this particular genre. So thank you so much. I appreciate it, and let's move on. Now tonight, what I want to share with you a little bit are codes, Suno codes, and frankly, I've tried hundreds of them. And most of them, be honest, I can't tell the difference. And I think I got a pretty good ear for this kind of thing, but I can't tell the difference or too slight of one to even make a difference. But the two I'm going to give you tonight, I can really tell the difference. Again, especially if you have an ear for this kind of thing, you'll be able to tell the difference. And even if your ear is not that highly tuned for it, you'll probably still be able to see it. It just gives a cleaner, more condensed version of the vocals and a cleaner version and more vibrant. Um, it's a good code, one that I got sort of accidentally. But let me see if I can. I'm doing the share screen here for the first time, so let me just see if I can figure this out for you real quick. Okay, so here we have this is my Word doc that's saved. It says I got a lot of them. So this one says styles and codes. So I have everything saved here, and the one I want to go over real quick is this one down here, which is in blue. Now it's got to be in brackets, not quotations. Okay, it's got to be in brackets. And this goes in the lyric section right at the top. Everything else is below it, including the intro, your style, whatever it is, your instrumental and everything else. This is the very first thing that goes at the very top in brackets, and you'll be able to, at least most of the time, going to be able to see a difference. Is it night and day? No, but it's a difference. Like I say, enough of a one to take the effort to put it in there. Now, also, for you, those of you who are musicians, I do play piano. I mean, I'm not a Liberace, but I can fool a few people on it. And I like to create my own melodies whenever possible. So most of the songs you hear of mine on Suno are my melodies mostly. And what I do is I go on the piano and I'll write them or I'll play what I think is a nice melody. I'll record it, obviously, into the Suno system. So now it's there. And then in the style box, this would be the only thing that goes in there. Seen to provide the lyrics so they fit the rhythm, phrasing, and timing, etc., etc. Nothing else goes in the style box. If you do put something in the style box other than that, like ballad, jazz, after this, it will screw it up. And what you're going to find, it's pretty darn good. I mean, it follows it very closely. I mean, obviously, there's differences because it's putting other instrumentations in there and filling it out, of course. But it's the melody I just played. And even when I do instrumentals, I like to do a lot of instrumentals on the piano. It captures what I play almost entirely. Um, Not exactly 100%, but pretty darn close. And that's something I certainly enjoy. And if you haven't gone down that road yet on Suno, it's a real pleasure. They're pretty good at that. And of course, Suno, as we all know, has its problems. It's very temperamental in a lot of areas, and they need a lot of tweaking in certain areas, I should say. And I think they'll get to it. But and the other thing too is this now. When you are creating your own melodies via piano or even humming one out, these are the settings that I've come up with. Weirdness, of course, you want to be totally zero because you want it to play your melody exactly as written. Style 40 to 70 and audio 80 to 20 ish, somewhere in there seems to be the best settings for me. Now, this code here is in the style section, and it's the first thing that goes in style, and everything else would be below it, like below this, like your whatever jazz, whatever it's going to be. And this does the same thing as the vocal section does. It condenses the instrumentation, sharpens them. Um, it's just a better production overall. And most of the time, you should be able to hear a difference when you have this code there. Let me show you something. Okay, now a lot of times I sing a lot of my own songs and record them into Suno. So I'm singing the song myself, most of them, a lot of them, anyways. But when you are using an AI voice, even if it's your own AI voice, um, you, sometimes you want a note to be sustained. You want the singer to hold the note. But Suno has a bad habit of using what's called wobble. It'll vibrate. It won't be a sustained, controlled note. It'll wobble it, if you know what I mean. But to prevent that from happening, you would write this: long, smooth, straight tone, sustained, no wobble. And 9 out of 10 times it'll give you a prolonged, like it'd be like la instead of la. If you want the sustain no wobble, this would be the brackets you would put right after the word you want sustained, not before the word, after, and it'll take care of that. It does a pretty good job with it, etc. Okay, so that is that. Let me see if I can get out of that somehow. And as I get other codes and I try them out, I'll pass them on to you. A lot of them, as I said, don't do much at all that I could tell. And again, as I said in my previous video, if you're going to take this serious, it's just my opinion that you should do so and make it as much of your own as possible. And AI, of course, is great. It's there, and we're all going to use it to some extent, but I don't think it should be 100%, especially with the lyrics. Write your own lyrics and let it come out of your soul. And, so you can actually say, this is my song. I wrote it. And I said before, I spent hours in this very office here, hours perfecting the lyric. And then it's a very good feeling when it comes out right. And I don't release a song until it's perfect. And that's the other thing too. Just don't release it because you're getting impatient. Release it when it's as good as it could possibly get. And I go through 30, 40 versions sometimes, edits. And I break down all the stems and I play with the stems and make sure it's where I want it to be. Go high or go low or vibrato. I go through all of that. Um, so I think it's a worthwhile endeavor when you do so. But those are my opinions on it. We'll see you next time. I hope those codes help you. Thanks.